Okay, so for page 493, we are going to go, I'm just going to make a video of this. An online store lets customers have their name printed on any item they buy. The total cost in dollars is the price of the item P in dollars plus $3.99 for their name. The blank depends on the blank. So for the dependent variable, the price goes in here, depends on the cost plus $3.99. So the dependent variable is P and the independent variable is cost. And the equation is P equals C plus $3.99. For number 2, a raft travels downriver at a rate of 6 miles per hour. The total distance D in miles that the raft travels is equal to the rate times the number of hours. So the dependent variable is the D distance, and the independent variable is the H, which is number of hours. So the equation is D equals 6H because we have 6 miles per hour, and that's our distance in miles. The apples are on sale for $1.99 a pound. Sheila buys P pounds of apples for a total cost of C dollars. So C is the dependent variable and the independent variable is P. The equation becomes $1.99 P equals C. So the cost is, remember up here, the cost depends on the pounds. So we have $1.99 per pound. So we do $1.99 times P equals the total cost. This one is the distance we go is 6, which is the 6 miles per hour, times the number of hours that we go. Make sense? Kind of?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4. Sean can make 8 paper birds in an hour. The total number of birds, B, is equal to the number of birds he makes per hour times the number of hours. So the dependent variable, B, will depend on the number of hours that he works. And remember, time is always the independent variable. So when something has times like H hours or M minutes, H is always, or M, if it's minutes or hours, it's always going to be the independent variable.
Okay.
Okay. So the equation is going to be, if he makes 8 birds in 1 hour, it depends on how many this is, right? So if we did this, 8B times H, we have 2 choices. It could either be 8B equals H or 8H equals B. Which one makes sense?
8B equals H.
So if we did that, suppose he worked for 2 hours. Would there ever be a situation where this would be true? Would 8 times something ever be 2? No. So what about this? If he makes 8 birds an hour and he works for 2 hours, could 8 times 2 equal 16?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have to, you can try it this way. You could say, is it 8B equals H or 8H equals B? And then see if it makes sense. If you make 8 per hour, could it ever be that in 2 hours you would make 8B? No. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So when in doubt, you can work out both sides of the problem and see if it makes sense. Okay. Number 5. Billy has $25. His father's going to give him more money. The total amount T Billy will have is equal to the amount M his father gives him plus the $25 Billy already has. So the dependent variable is T because it depends on M, the amount he gives him. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the equation would be T equals M plus 25 because we know M is the amount that he gives him, but he already has $25. So it's going to be T equals M plus 25.
Okay.
Okay, so you're always going to fill in this right here. The blank depends on the blank. So in the problem, you're going to say, does the paper birds per hour depend on the total number of birds, or does the total number of birds depend on the number of hours?
And the number of hours.
This is always going to be your dependent variable. This is always going to be your independent variable.